Hey everyone, this is Amy Roskelly with the Cuyahoga Soil and Water Conservation District. We're out here at the Willoughby-Eastlake School of Innovation for a pretty cool project out on our stream behind the school. Let's go check it out. All right, we're out here with Elizabeth Heiser from the Cuyahoga Soil and Water Conservation District with some students here from the Willoughby-Eastlake School of Innovation. Please introduce yourselves, ladies.
I'm Hope.
Hope?
I'm Madison. I'm Naima. And I'm Willow.
And Willow, you're carrying something kind of special there. What are those?
These are willow sticks.
Wait a minute, Willow has willows?
Yes.
Come on, that's just meant to be. What are you gonna do with those willow stakes?
I'm going to hammer this into the ground, make a hole so we can put these live sticks into the ground.
Okay, and Elizabeth, what are those live stakes gonna do? You didn't give these kids just some dead twigs to put in the ground, did you?
So these are dormant cuttings. So these are cut off of a pussy willow plant. They're not alive right now, but they will come back to life. Their roots, once we put them into the ground, cut in first, the roots will start to spread. They'll stabilize the soil. They'll start soaking up the flood water. So we're putting those all around in our East Branch restoration site. All different species that like water. These specifically like shade and water. And hopefully get some stabilization back here at our newly renovated street.
Excellent. All right, I have one more important question to ask you guys. Is this better than being in class?
Yes!
Definitely 100%.
Elizabeth, is this better than being in the office?
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys, let's go plant those stakes.
Yeah!
All right, we've got Maisie and Olivia here from the Willoughby-Eastlake School of Innovation. Maisie and Olivia, what are you guys doing here today?
We're gonna plant some of these live stakes for the final part of the watershed project.
So what is the Watershed Project?
Basically, it's the recreation of the stream that flows here because it was eroding.
It was eroding. What happens when something erodes like that? Is that good or bad?
It's bad.
Why is it bad?
Because then the natural habitat is destroyed.
Right, absolutely. So these stakes, those are live?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Come on.
They are.
Those just look like twigs to me. Are those going to root in?
Yes. So basically, the slanted point right here.
Okay, let me take a look at that. All right.
They act like roots,
Okay.
and once you plant them in the ground, they'll grow into the tree that they came from.
What kind of trees are these? Do you know?
This is a button bush. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, let me get a little bit, see what you guys are doing here. Let's check it out.
Okay.
I see all these kids here behind you. Why is it important to involve these kids, and what have they been doing all along?
Yeah, so I think what makes this project special as opposed to other stream restoration projects is the kids. So this site is right behind their school, Willoughby-Eastlake School of Innovation. These are all STEM students, so these guys learn in all kinds of fascinating ways. They know a lot that you would not imagine kids their age know. But what's cool is we've incorporated them from every step from design to installation on this project. So 8th graders helped come up with the design for the stream. They did presentations for their PBL. The students have been helping with managing invasives and learning about invasive plants.
What kind of invasives did you find out here?
So we have mostly Phragmites and cattails.
Okay.
And so there was a large area of Phragmites that got treated.
Okay.
But the kids are going to come back and help with some of those woody invasives like honeysuckle and rose,
Okay.
wild rose that doesn't belong here. And they've helped us plant trees. They're helping us plant these live stakes today. They're going to help us plant plugs. They're going to create signage for the project. And then they're also going to create a path so that they can come back here and teach others about the project from their little stations that they've created, like this area where they've got the observation stones.
Awesome. Thank you so
what
much.
What is that place called?
That's fantastic. Thank you. Which end are you going to stick into the ground?
We're gonna stick this one because you'll actually be able to grow, and it doesn't fall into the river and drown.
Okay, so you're telling me that some roots are going to come out of that?
Yes.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Okay, remember to make it a while.
Nice job.
Thanks, guys.
only thing you guys have done on this creek?
No, so this is part of a larger grant-funded project. We received a grant from Ohio EPA 319 money to do a complete stream restoration project back here on Euclid Creek. So this was brought to our attention by the city of Willoughby Hills. Their engineer had noticed there's an undersized culvert downstream of here.
Okay.
And so that provided an opportunity to either make that bigger or remove it completely and get this section of stream that was eroding pretty heavily, and we have some downstream flooding concerns, kind of bring this back to the way it's supposed to be. And so Biohabitats came in with Meadville Land Service, and over the fall, they came in and kind of stabilized the stream, put in these little riffle habitats. So those are the rocks where the water's moving a little faster.
Why are those habitats important over there? Those
So
riffle
fish
habitats?
and bugs like to hang out in those habitats. That's where fish will lay their eggs. That's where bugs will hide. And so before we did this project, this was basically one uniform stretch of channel, same depth, a lot of erosion along the banks. So instead of having these like gently slanted banks with the rocks at the bottom, it would have been straight up vertical with erosion and trees falling in.
So all of these stream banks here, these have been altered but back to a more natural state.
Exactly. So more of a gentle slope.
Okay.
So less energy working away at that curve all the time.
Okay.
And then on the opposite bank, creating these bars with a more gentle slope, so that when we get big rain events, that water can get out onto the floodplain where it's supposed to go and slowly come back in, instead of just pushing along the edge and causing more erosion.
Awesome.
And so all of this, creating a habitat, stabilizing the banks, happened in the fall. We planted over 200 trees and shrubs.
What kind of trees do you have here?
Lots of different ones, and I don't remember them all. There's some oaks, there's some 9-bark shrubs, buttonbush shrubs, there is some American sycamore,
great,
amongst others. All of them native plants that like to live here in the Euclid Creek watershed.
So Elizabeth, how is this funded?
So we got federal dollars, so some federal money from US EPA funneled through Ohio EPA, and that was half of the funding. And then Sewer District, Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, put in the match, as well as the city of Willoughby Hills and Lake County Stormwater. So as part of their community cross share that they get from Sewer District, they help support the project.
Okay.
All of them key to getting this done, obviously.
And how much does something like this cost?
So this whole project ended up being around $265,000 to get in and move the stream around and do the earth moving equipment, permits, design.
Right.
It's
a lot more than you think it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
especially earth moving. So anytime you got to move dirt, that gets to be pretty pricey.
Okay. And then is this the final part of the project where you're putting these live stakes in to stabilize the bank?
Close. So this is one of the last things we're going to do. Next month, we're going to come out with 3rd graders and plant wetland plugs in the wetlands that Biohabitats created.
Great.
We